So I wanted to share a pretty cool thing that I came across the other day in Google Gemini. And so there's lots of different AI engines like ChatGPT. Google Gemini just happens to be another one that functions a little bit differently and kind of has its own thing going on. So if you were to do a Google search and just go to Google Gemini, your screen might look like this, where there's nothing here on the left. But if you click those three lines, you'll see this palette show up. And there are these things called gems in Gemini. And one of them that I find to be particularly cool, if you click Explore Gems, you'll see them pop up here. And these are basically things that can create stuff that are already ready to do the job. And so I have found Storybook to be something pretty cool. And so over here, what I have done is opened Storybook. And so to do that, you would just click Storybook. And then I gave it some information about a story that I want it to create. And so I'll let you pause and read this if you would like to, but it's basically just about a paragraph, maybe a little bit over, about some information of a friend and I who are going to go fishing on the Klickitat River. I've asked it to make an adventure story detailing the morning of fishing, and I've asked it to include some historically and geologically accurate information about the Klickitat River and that sort of thing. So again, you can see my input is not overly lengthy, and I'm going to go ahead and hit go. And I'm going to pause this because it does take it a couple minutes to generate the story, but I'll be back. So I did not include details that the two gentlemen I made the story about were in their, one in his mid-40s and one in his mid-60s. But you can see that it went ahead and made a couple of young men fishing the Klickitat here, and it illustrated the cover of the little book. So I'm going to go ahead and click through. This is the cover, and you can see each page has a story and it has an illustration. And I can get Gemini to read it to me if I click listen. And so I could also ask it to adjust the reading level to be higher or lower, this kind of thing. I'm going to go ahead and click through, and you can see it made a 10-page story, and that actually kind of does look like the walls of the Klickitat leading down into the river. And there's, you can see, I think it's going to be it should be Mount Adams in the back because that's where the water comes from. Yep. So it did include that without me even telling it that, right? It just went and found facts on its own. And so again, you can kind of see as you click through this that you've got a little story here. We've got native fishermen fishing up on the platforms there and this kind of thing. So really a pretty slick, quick tool to be able to generate a story and that sort of thing. You can print from here also. I do not know if it's possible to share this digitally. I haven't tried or figured that out yet, but if you do print, you could say save as PDF if that's something that you wanted to do and email it to someone. But I just thought this is a cool little thing that you might be interested in using with your students or with yourself. Have a great day.